everyone, it's Kara, your favorite Pescavini vegan, coming to you for our Meatless Monday recipe. So last week I was in Nashville, so I put up a video of the stuff I ate while I was in Nashville. But this week I'm back home, and we are making a roasted zucchini casserole. And I got this recipe from the All Recipes Dinner Spinner app, so I'll link it below in the description box. But this particular recipe came about out of necessity because Mima gave us some zucchini from her garden, and this requires 3 zucchini sliced. I used my mandolin, sliced them up. Then it calls for 2 onions, so I got my frozen onions in here. 3 tablespoons olive oil, 3. Here's my olive oil, and then I used this garlic here, 2 tablespoons of that, because the reviewers down below in the recipe said that it needs some garlic and that they put it in when they soaked the zucchini and the onions in the bowl with the olive oil. So I'm going to stir this up, then I'm going to spread it out on this baking sheet, and you've got to set your oven for 400 degrees, so it's working on its way getting up there, and 30 minutes roasting these vegetables. And then we'll do the next part of the casserole. My zucchini and onions and garlic are ready to go into the oven to roast, and the oven is ready. So I'm going to put them in there at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. Okay, so while the zucchini and onions are roasting in the oven, we need to cook some pasta. 16 ounces to be exact. So I'm using my favorite, the Daiya pasta boxes, and I'm going to use 2 of them, or at least the pasta out of 2 of them, because it's about 8 ounces each. So that would be 16. So this is a shell pasta, and then we're going to save the cheese and the bacon that's in there for another recipe. You know how I like to do that. So I actually figured out how to use my pot filler, I think. So we're going to turn it back on. Come on out, water. Oh, that's right. I turned this off. This is the lock. Okay, there we go. I did it. Look, water's coming out. I did it. I did it. We got it on the power boil burner here, so we'll see how long it takes to boil. First time I've done any kind of pasta-like thing on this stove. All right, that's good enough. Turn it to lock and then turn it back off. Is that off? Okay, my daughter's here to help me. She's the one that figured it out. All right, pushing it back. And now I'm going to turn on the power boil, which is this one, to high. Because that's how it works. Okay, so gonna boil this pasta. And then when it's done, it'll be part of our casserole, which I have my dish over there. Okay, so my noodles are cooking, and while they're cooking, we also are putting 3.5 cups of Prego traditional spaghetti sauce into a 9x13-inch baking dish that I have already sprayed with EVOO. So it is greased and ready to go, and it's 28 ounces is what you need, so 3.5 cups. This is a much bigger jar than that. So we put 3.5 cups in there. And then I'll show you what the next layer is when we're ready. It's time for the next layers. So I took our pasta that we cooked and put it onto our pasta sauce layer. So that's done. And now our zucchini and onions are golden. You want them to be golden before you take them out of the oven. And I gotta say, it took longer than what it said. So it said like 30 minutes on 400 would make them golden. This took a lot longer than that. It was almost an hour before they started to become a gold color. So maybe it's my oven. This is my first time to use it, so I don't know. But this is our next layer. So you're gonna take your roasted vegetables and put them on top of the pasta. And then once I get that done, I'll show you the last step. Okay, so last step is our vegan mozzarella shreds by So Delicious, dairy-free, plant-based. So you're gonna put your cheese as your last layer, spread it out all over the top, and then you're gonna bake this at 350. So I've already turned down the oven, it was at 400. You're gonna bake this at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for at least 35 to 40 minutes is what it said. You want it to be bubbling. the sauce to be bubbling. So that's what we're going to do, and then I'll show you when it comes out. One more thing. Once you bring the roasted vegetables out of the oven, you need to put salt and pepper on them. Then you put them on the pasta, and then you put the cheese over. Okay, so it is finished. This is our roasted zucchini casserole. I put it in there for 35 minutes on 350. It said until the sauce was bubbling, which it was when I took it out. So it is done.